Hello, let's discuss a Java program on two-way chat using TCP. So first of all, it needs to connect the two programs, client and server, using the socket. Once the connection is established, the data transferring across client and server is possible. So there can be multiple clients and a server, so that the data can be sent across. So here we have to understand what is a socket. A server runs on a specific computer and has a socket that is bound to a specific port number. The server just waits, listens to the socket for a client to make a connection request. So here the socket is actually bound to listen to the server which is connected to the client. A socket is one endpoint of two-way communication link between two programs running on the network. A socket is bound to a port number so that the TCP layer can identify the application that data is destined to be sent to. An endpoint is a combination of IP address and port number. So from this diagram we can understand there is a server which is ready to listen to the connection that is created by the client, and once it is accepted, the connection is accepted, the communication is possible. The server socket, there is a server socket that is created in the server side, and as well as another socket in Java. It is socket in the client side and the server socket is at the server side. The server socket is created by a port number, associating with the port number, and is bind to create the server socket. And at the same time the client is having its IP address as well as the port number, same as that of the server, which it is going to be listened to, so that it can be connected to the server. So once you are running your server program initially, it is going to be ready to listen to the client, and once you are running your client program, it can connect to the server which is actually listening, and thereafter the server can accept the connection, and if so, thereafter client can initiate sending a data message or a message to the server. So once server is getting that message, server is again giving back some other message back to the client. So this procedure is getting repeated until and as long as the client is going to say goodbye to the server, or the server is saying goodbye to the client, so that the chat procedure is going to an end. So let us look at the program. So here in this program, so we have two programs, client program as well as the server program. So in the client program, we have to import the IO package. So in that IO package we have some classes and or interfaces we have, and at the same time in the net also, net package also we have the classes. And now we have the client program. So in the client program we are creating a socket, instance of socket, and where we are associating the local host, the IP address of the this machine, and the port number is going to be associated with. And thereafter we can see the buffered reader instance. So you are binding system.in, that means you can get some data into the program by the user, so that the data whatever is getting into can be read into the object key read. Key read is our object here, and further you can see where this object is being used again. Okay, so that we can trace how it is going, how the program is going on. So the next object that is given here is OStream, which is an instance of output stream. Okay, which is created using client-sock.get output stream. Client-sock is actually that is the socket, and through the socket what you are giving is actually a communication stream associated with the socket. So get output stream. So you have to get something out through the socket which you have already created. So if you want to send a message to the client, so you are using pwrite object. Pwrite is actually an instance of print writer. So where you are passing OStream as a parameter. OStream, as we know, which is associated with the client-sock. Client-sock, where you are getting some data into. So once you have some data in, this pwrite is again used further. So let us look where it is again coming in. And the input stream object instance iStream is actually opposite to the get output stream, which we have discussed about along with the output stream. So here we have input stream. So client-sock.get input stream, so that you are receiving some data from the server. So it's actually a communication that is happening between client and server. Once the connection is through, the connection is actually the second stage. The second step itself, you can see that it's actually getting connected to the server. That means once you are running the server initially, and thereafter you are running the client also, so that it is going to be bound with the server socket, and the client socket is getting connected. So that now the second stage is your communication part, and for the communication part you are reading some data, and this data is taken through the socket and is going to be returned to the output stream, so that it can be taken to the other side. And now we have the iStream again. iStream, what we have done with the iStream is we have the data which you have read into. So we are associating this with the buffered reader. Buffered reader instance receive read is equal to new buffered reader, new input stream reader iStream. Okay. So we can receive some data through that. So we have again to declare two variables, receive message and send message, for sending as well as receiving the message. Before starting the loop, we have to give a message like, to start the chat, type a message and press enter key. So now we are going to enter the loop, where we have to handle both send message as well as receive message. So the send message is associated with the object key read. Key read is actually whatever you have already read, that is the instance which you have already created, what is associated with the buffered reader, and now you are reading through the keyboard, and whatever you are read is actually now in send message variable, and which you are writing to the pwrite object by pwrite.println and send message as the parameter. So now you are sending that to the server. Okay. So thereafter you can see whatever data which you have received also. So for that you have already declared a variable receive message, and now receive read dot read line will actually read the data, so which you have already bound to that variable, and which you are checking that which is not equal to null. Then you can see that the data is being printed over there. That is your display message. That is receive message. So that is displayed over there. So once it happens to be whatever data which you are sending would be by from the client. So there you are saying that you have to break, you have to come out from the loop. Okay, so the client can decide where you can stop the process. So now we are coming back to the server program. So the same set of steps are being taken care of here also. Here we can see instead of socket we have the server socket instance created with the same port number, and then socket instance is also created for to accept that connection. Okay, so client is trying to connect, and server is accepting that connection now. So the client is connected. Now the connection is successful, and thereafter the same step of procedure which we have discussed in the previous program is going on. So for that the read stream you need as well as the write stream you need. So in order to read, buffered reader instance is taken for reading the data, and the output stream is taken for sending to the client from the server from this program, and pwriter is used for sending to the print writer. Print writer class is used for making an instance to send the data through OStream. Okay, so input stream also again created, instance is iStream to read the data in order to receive from the server, and buffered reader is bound. Buffered reader object receive reader is used for receiving the data from the client also. So now we have the two variables which we have, receive message and send message, and the receive message is going to receive data through the receive read object which we have already bound to the socket, and now we are receiving the receive message here, and again the send message is created through the read line message. That means the string is being taken into, and now you are writing that using the print writer object, and so that it's going on. Okay, once you are giving by, then it's going to end the connection. So you can close the connection using server socket dot close and socket dot close also. So now we can see the output screen where you have to initially run the server program. So here you can see waiting for the client, and next you can run the client program. So it will give you a message like client connected to the server, and to start the chat type a message and press enter key. So it will go on for the next screen where you can see the server is waiting for the client, and client is actually connected. So now you are getting the message client connected. Finally you can enter into the chat operation. Okay, hello you are giving from the client, and server is reflecting that hello, and server is giving good morning message, and is reflected in the client screen good morning, and it's again giving another message, and it's going on like that. Finally when you are giving by from client or server, so it will come to an end. Thank you.